It's Tuesday tea time with Dorarena. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today. If some of you got my my post, I put that we're going to talk about smart dating today. And so I want to hear from you, and put your comments in the box so that I can hear from you, and let's talk about smart dating. You know, let's help some other people. Let's share our wisdom together. All right. Let me quiet this one down. I just want to see. In the box. Oops. So that okay. You guys have to forgive me because you know I'm still learning all of this stuff, but I'm stepping out of the box. I'm doing what's in my heart. I do not proclaim to be, somebody that's, professional, or, I don't claim any of that. So all I'm doing is stepping out and doing what's in my heart to do, and to share the wisdom that I've gained through my life experiences. And so this is what has been placed on my heart. And long ago, I wanted to do this, and it just, I'm not talking about getting on screen, but I'm talking about helping women and helping young women. This has been on my heart for a long time, and I just wasn't ready for it. And so I still have some growing to do, my own self, some learning to do. And now I come to the place where I'm ready to do this. And so, let's just do it. So share your wisdom on this topic. And so the thing I want to share with you is that, I'm not a game player. And what I mean by that is I don't like the mind game playing type of stuff. I'm a straight shooter, just give it to me straight. Don't play games with, my mind. Don't try to play games with my mind, because, now, I pretty much know what's going on, but I know there's people out there that, still playing the game, the mind games and stuff like that. And you know what? We need to, eradicate that stuff. Let's get serious. Let's get smart. So let's do smart dating, okay? Now, I know, I don't date. I'm married, but I was out there, and I did my thing. I didn't come out of a palace, and I'm not going to say I came off the streets, but I've been in the streets. And so, there's a lot that, I had to learn, and there's a lot that, I had to learn it the hard way, because, when you're young, a lot of times, you don't want people telling you what to do. You don't want people, I got this, and really the better way is to learn how to listen, learn how to gain as much as you can by listening, instead of having to experience a bunch of hurt, pain, and shame, okay? Because I done did the hurt, the pain, and the shame, and it is not good. I can already tell you, and I'm sure there's some of you out there that can agree with me that, you've been there, done that, and that life is over. So I know it's over for me, okay? So, I want to really stress to the those that are single, that are still dating, our young ladies, our older ladies, whoever you are, you know, we need to start assessing these men before we get into a relationship with them. You know, there's nothing wrong with asking a bunch of questions, you know, to find out a person's character and their what am I thinking of? Their traits, their integrity. Are these people honest? You know, what do they morally believe? What are the principles that they live by? And how high are their standards? You know, when you learn and what those are and ask questions, that will prevent you from going through a lot of heartache. Because, I mean, some of them, you know, soon as they open up their mouths and you start listening, it'll turn you off right there. Instead of getting caught up in those nice looking eyes or those pair of jeans that they got on, you know what I'm saying? I done been there, you know, or these outward features that they have. Honey, let me tell you something. The outward features cannot compare to what's on the inside. Because you know, if you got somebody that, you know, don't know how to respect you or honor you with their words, and, you know, they want to put their hands on you and all this kind of stuff, I don't care how good looking they are not worth the time of day. And why go through all the pain and agony when you can prevent that stuff? And really today we need to be doing that. Our women need to know how to date smart. And, you know, another thing is, you know, when you first start, you know, dating somebody and stuff, it's better that you go in pairs, you know, and, you know, give yourself time enough to check. And, you know, something else that, you know, we've gotten away from a lot of good things that used to be back in the day, okay? One thing is, you know, if somebody's gonna come and pick you up, they should not be honking the horn and you run outside. No, that is not proper. You know, you let that man come and knock on your door and escort you to the car and open up the door for you. You know, you still want to be a lady. Yes, I know I can open up the door my own self. I can do this. I don't need nobody to do that for me. Yes, I understand that. But, you know, you need to find out the character of this person, okay? Don't just, you know, get out there and, you know, get caught up in somebody's, you know, good looking this, handsome this, or handsome that. We like the way their legs look. We like the way, you know, they muscles, you know, and or their hair is wavy and all this kind of stuff. Honey, one day they may not even have that hair. You know, so, you know, don't get caught up in all of that kind of stuff, because I'm telling you, you will suffer the consequences for making the wrong decisions. And now some women right now are in a relationship and they're being abused and mistreated, and they don't know how to get out of it. And some of them are afraid to get out of it because this person started out showing themselves to be nice and then turned around and, turned into a Frankenstein. Well, he was a Frankenstein already, but we don't give ourselves time enough to find out those things before we start opening up our hearts and opening up other things, to men that don't even deserve to be in our lives like that, or, share that part of our lives. Okay, you hear what I'm saying? So I want to hear from some of you out there, because we need to judge people's character. We need to know these men. We need to know their do they have any kind of respect for their mom or their sister? That'll tell you whether or not he respects you or not, or he honors you. If he can honor his mom and his sister, then at least that much about him, that he has respect for women. But men that don't have any respect for their mom and dad, their mom and their sister, I guarantee you they don't have no respect. They will not have respect for you either. So that's one way to judge, not to get into, and don't think that you're going to change the person, okay? That doesn't work. No more than a person can change you, can you change somebody else. All that mind game playing stuff, they'll act right for a while until they get what they want. But see, you got to find out, why does this person want to be with you? Before you start being with them, why do they want to be with you? Even, I think about this sometimes, even like friends. Why do they want to be your friends? Some people have motives, interior motives for that. But you give it time. Don't just jump into stuff so quickly, ladies. And then it's easier to get in it than it is to get out of it. And I've seen some stuff. And I've seen a woman get into a relationship with a guy, and she found out that he wasn't any good. But they had been, dating for a while, and I'm pretty sure that she got sexually involved with him and everything. And then she realized that, he had been in prison and he had some other issues. And I'm not saying that men in prison can't change. I'm not saying that, so don't say I said that. But my point of the matter is that she didn't even know all this stuff. She found it out later. And then the guy ended up killing her and putting her in her own trunk of her car. So, we need to be careful. We need to date smart dating. We need to do smart dating and not just, be hungry and just for anybody. That, you know what? You are worth more than that. Okay, so don't do that. Take the wisdom that you're receiving and use it to your benefit, And so, any of you got any statements out there that you'd like to make, or anything that? Let's talk about some practical ways to keep ourselves from being hurt, used, and abused. That's what we're talking about, smart dating. Keep yourself from being hurt, abused, and what did I say? And used. Because you're worth more than that. Don't put yourself in that position. I want to hear from somebody. We got anybody out there? Tea time. Okay, so another thing is ask questions. Ask a bunch of questions. And there's nothing wrong with asking a bunch of questions. And if you're afraid to ask questions, don't date. How about that? You know, you need to ask questions and know the person's reputation. Do you have a job? How long you been on your job? What kind of job do you have? Do you have a bank account? You know, are you good at saving money? You know, and don't put yourself out there. You know, come on. Really, wisdom is all about raising up your standards of living so that you can live a prosperous life. You can live a successful life. You can live a better life, a peaceful life, loving yourself, feeling better about yourself, raising up your self-esteem, you know, raising up your confidence, and not having to regret a lot of decisions that you make. That's what this is all about. That's what wisdom is all about. And so take the wisdom and, you know, when you meet somebody, ask if you're interested in dating that person, start asking them some questions. You know, what do you believe? You know, what's your standard of living? What do you think about this and what do you think about that? Ask questions so that you can know the person that you're dating. You know, back in the day, you know, most people dated, you know, in the intent of getting married. Now, you know, people just, you know, they living together and all of this stuff like that. But, you know, my uncle said this to me. He said, why would you buy the cow if you get the milk for free? He told me that. And when he told me that, that changed my thinking. And I thought, yeah, you know, wait a minute. You know, I'm worth more than just milk. You know, he don't want to put on the ring. He don't get the thing. You know what I'm saying? You know, you're worth more than that, you know, and, you know, you want somebody that wants to be with you because of who you are, not what you have, not what you can do for them, you know, but who you are. Come on, let's raise up our standards, ladies. And let's you know, when we bring up the standards, it'll cause them to bring up their standards, you know. Either that or they'll leave you alone. And if they leave you alone, they weren't worth the time of day in the first place. And that'll tell you something. I mean, you know, I think I was telling this to one young lady once before, and I was telling her, you know what? You know, don't go to bed with that person. Don't go to bed with that person. Let's see if they really want you and they really want to marry you. Don't go to bed with them. And see if they'll wait and wait and wait. And if they wait and wait, then he's saying, you know, my standards are up there where yours are and you are worth the wait. But if he just bugging you, yeah, let's get it on. Let's do this thing, you know. That's how, you know, we need to know what, you know, whether or not we're compatible like that before we, you know, get married. Let's find, everybody's doing it, you know, no, honey, you do not follow the bus that's going off the cliff just because everybody else is doing that, you know. So, I mean, I done been there. I done some of this stuff myself. And when I woke up, and I thought to myself, oh, wait a minute, this is not happening to me again. Nobody's going to hurt me and take advantage of me and use me. And so when I woke up, you know, I thought, okay, well, you know what? If he want to be with me, you know, he's going to have to prove that he wants to be with me and that he cares about who I am, you know, and not just be looking at my features. You know what I'm saying? You know, and then sometimes, you know, once you done gave it up, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? You know, they don't even want to be with you anymore, you know, and they think a lot of times, you know what men think a lot of times? Look, I got 6 sons, and I had two older brothers, you know, and I mostly hung around them. But you know, men think that if you are an easy catch to them, you are an easy catch to others. You know, and men, they do not want to marry somebody that is an easy catch, since they think that, you know, if I can easily get you, somebody else can easily get. They want somebody that's going to be committed, that have higher standards, to say, okay, I want to be with you and you alone. There's a lot of men that just really want to be with one woman. Everybody out there is not a dog. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, but you got to ask those questions and find out whether or not that person is worth your time. You know, do you have a job? Do you have a bank account? You know, how do you feel about going to work? How do you feel about, you know, me working? How do you feel about if I want to stay at home, you know, and you work and take care of me? How do you feel about, you know, having premarital sex? How do you feel about drinking? How do you feel about smoking? What do you know, what made you different from the rest of your family? You know, get those questions in there and find out who you are dating so you can do smart dating before you get hurt, abused, and used. Okay? That's pretty much all that I have for today. I hope that you take the wisdom that is shared with you, put it into practice, and watch your life improve. And not only your life improve, watch and see, let's see, how do I say this? How you start feeling about your own self, and the, you know, the level, you know, of your life going to higher heights, and your respect for your own self, you know. So that's all that we have today. Thank you for joining me with Tea Time with Dorarena, and I appreciate all of you tuning in. So take what I said and walk in wisdom. All right? Love you.